Welcome back, everyone. Today I'll be analyzing the beam skills and routine of the new Olympic champion on beam, AMATO from Italy. The beam finals at the 2024 Olympics were filled with many more errors than a normal Olympic final. The top three favorite gymnasts to medal on the beam all had major errors. Simone and Suni fell off the beam and Zhao had to reach down to grab the beam to avoid falling off. AMATO, who qualified 7th going into the beam finals, rose to the occasion and under the pressure of an Olympic final completed a very nice routine without a major mistake and surprised many, including herself, to earn the gold medal and become the first Italian woman in history to earn a gold medal in gymnastics. It's important to recognize that it's not just who does the best gymnastics, but it's greatly who can do their best gymnastics when it counts, when you only have one shot, and that's exactly what AMATO did. When the other athletes faltered, she seized the opportunity, performed her routine under that great pressure. Let's get started with the analysis. She starts off with a run jump split onto the beam. She shows really nice flexibility in her split here, and smoothly and quickly moves into her aerial walkover series. She would change up her routine fairly often. On the left, she does a nice center split leap that's just shy of a complete flat split. She then quickly moves into a jump split leap, hitting a very flat side split. The angle of the legs are slightly different, but both show very nice flexibility. D'Amato would sometimes mount with the round-off back layout step-out onto the beam, but in the Olympics she chose to mount with the jump split leap. Next, she moves into a back handspring step-out into a layout back step-out done very smooth and solid. Here's a side-by-side with Rebecca Andrade from Brazil. They both show very nice flexibility and solid hand placement on the beam, pushing their shoulders in the direction of their layout step-outs to create power. They see the beam clearly and use their arms to micro-adjust their position in the air to help center their landing. Although it was not common for D'Amato, on this layout step out she lands on one foot and the other foot doesn't really touch the beam. I think it's just the way this one in particular layout step out worked out in this routine. Now into a split series where she shows very nice oversplit in her leap and moves quickly into her jump half turn split leap, again showing really nice flexibility in this flat split. Nicely done. Her next acro skill is an aerial side flip landed very solid. Let's take a look at a side-by-side with Zhao Yakin, Olympic silver medalist. Yakin grabs behind both legs, where Alici only grabs one leg, and Alici sees the beam earlier, more like a regular aerial. Alici gets both legs on the beam faster, but they both stand up very high and comfortably. She also shows great oversplit in the switch leg center split with a half turn. Nice and high, great presentation. She does two little shuffle steps here to stabilize her balance. Nice full turn, using her arm choreography to artistically maintain balance. Again, nice split leap with flat split. The front leg has a slightly lower angle. Now right into a side-by-side with Rebecca Andrade. Alici is slightly arched more and her head is back more than Rebecca. They both have very nice leg flexibility and artistry with their arms. They're actually similar. Rebecca's front leg is more parallel to the beam, but I would say that Alici is slightly split more than Rebecca. Both done very well. Here's a very controlled back handspring to a chest roll down with nice form. Excellent flexibility and oversplit in this leg kick. She does show very nice flexibility and even the passive skills. She also does a run tuck front flip on the beam and lands pretty high. She often shuffles her feet forward when she lands her front tuck, but it's centered very well. Here's a side-by-side with Suni Lee doing the very popular wolf turn. In this case, they both do a double turn, but Suni most often does a triple turn. They spot the beam each time they complete a half turn and use their arms for micro adjustments. This helps greatly with controlling balance. Her most common dismount is a round-off 2.5 twisting back layout, and she's pretty consistent on her landings. Here's a side-by-side with Hesley Rivera doing the same dismount. They both take off right at the edge of the beam. For me personally, I wish they were a few more inches on the beam. The biggest challenge on multiple twisting skills is keeping the legs tight together and not crossing your feet. Alici's are closer together than Hesley, but they both struggle with this a bit. This slows the twisting mechanics down, and she completes the twist later than Alici. Both dismounts are comfortable, but the stick really helps Alici. Alici is comfortable doing a double pike dismount, but it seems the landing is not as consistent as the 2.5 twisting back layout. It'll be interesting and exciting to see what improvements Alici makes in the future. She was authentically taken over by emotion and in slight disbelief that she actually won the beam at the Olympics in the company of such other great beam workers. I think it's moments like these that bring us all together and raise us all up as we all share in this authentic joy she experienced in this moment. She will always be an Olympic gold medalist. Thanks again for checking out my analysis, and I hope you got some value out of it. Always feel free to like and subscribe, as this will notify you when I release more videos like this. Also, leave any thoughts you might have in the comments, and until next time, rock on.